Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to a new reading vlog in the new house. So I've actually already started a vlog once. I don't know how far I got with it, I don't know what I was reading, but I'm probably going to put the clips in here for you. So if you're wondering why there's random clips, I'm just going to show those. And I also started a 24-hour readathon with Jayde when Jayde was coming to visit me, and we didn't get very far. But we read a lot of books and we did a couple of vlog clips. I'm also going to put those in as well. So this is going to be a bit of a mismatched vlog, but that should keep it entertaining because it's going to be like all fun and go all the time. Basically the point of this reading goal is just to motivate me. We are on the 14th of December today, which means I have half a month to read as many books from my TBR as possible, not for the purpose of completing my reading goal, as I'm actually on 150 books for the year when I was supposed to be reading only 100. So I'm really not bothered about how many I read. I'm just trying to get my TBR down to 15. I'm currently on 21. So we have 6 more books to go. I'm really not in the reading mood, I'm not going to lie to you. I was on 100 at some point this year, so the fact that I've gotten this far down is kind of impressive to me, considering my terrible buying habits. So yeah, I'm going to keep you updated on the vlog. I think now you shall see a bunch of random clips from different times, so if you're wondering why it's disjointed, you know the reason now. It's been a while. I don't know when you're seeing this as to which order videos have gone up, but I've not uploaded on my channel in over a month. I filmed a moving vlog, but I haven't edited it and put it up yet. It's been a bit of a rough time for me at the moment. Great fun with the move and all, but there's been a lot of stresses and some family loss, so it's been a hard time. So I actually haven't read the entirety of November, and it is currently the 20th, I think, of November. So not one book has been read. I did start a book, but I DNF'd it, and that's been the case a lot recently with books, is I've just been DNFing them, not because they're bad, but because I've kind of lost interest because I'm slumping a bit. It's not even a slump, it's just, I think, so much stress that I can't enjoy reading. It doesn't help me escape, it's just causing me to overthink whenever I'm reading. So yesterday I did start reading a book, and that was Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline. I haven't got very far at all, but I started it, and that's what truly matters. I hear a lot of mixed things about this book. I really enjoyed number 1, and I hear a lot of people say that this ruins book 1. So far I wouldn't say it's ruined it, but I would say that, you know, being, I think I'm like 80 to 100 pages. Apparently I don't have a bookmark in there, so that's great. But I'm about 80 to 100 pages in, and I'm a bit like, what's happening? What are we going through here? What are we witnessing? I'm not entirely sure I'm in love. The concept we've been introduced to, I am enjoying, and I am excited to see where that goes because there's a lot of potential. But I'm also like, what are we doing this for? The end of Ready Player 1 was nice. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I haven't read the whole thing yet, so I can't go judging until I've read it. But yeah, I definitely want to make some progress on this. The words are just so small. Like, why? Why? So that's just one of my focuses for the day. It's Saturday today, and so I'm up super early, and I just thought, let's just start reading and try and get some stuff done today. So I don't know whether we're going to just read this today or if we're going to read something else. I have a lot of options. I'm trying to read up my TBR. I was hoping to do it by the end of the year, but then I didn't read for almost a month, so not happening anymore. We're just going to relax. I'm going to go and make a cup of coffee. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to read. I would like to use an audiobook at some point today, which I do have of this book as well, so I could do that. Because I really want to play some Animal Crossing. Okay, I'm here to give a bit of an update on Ready Player 2. I'm 250 pages in. So I have less than 100 pages left to the end, and I've got so many thoughts and opinions on this book already. I'm not surprised I don't like it, because everybody else that I've spoken to doesn't seem to like it either. First of all, similarly to the first book, there is a real issue with the lists. And I'm not going to go on, because if you've been here a long time, you might remember my rant about the lists in Ready Player One. Yeah, they upset me, and it's worse in this. For some reason, Ernest Cline feels the need to reference every actor, every TV show, every band, I'm not even going to make my own list, because yeah, no, we're not going to do that. But he lists everybody, and he name drops them, and not just once. Like, for some reason, I don't know if you've seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off or whatever, that movie there's a section where that movie is mentioned, like 4 times a page. And it's not, like, needed. Like, you've mentioned it once, we know now what movie you're referencing for the rest of this scene, but no, it just keeps getting mentioned over and over again. Like, at one point, I literally sent Liam a picture, and I literally just put a yellow dot on every time a name was mentioned, not a name of a character, a name of somebody famous, like name dropping. It was just a whole page of just yellow dots. And that wasn't like an exceptionally bad page, I just opened to a random page. It winds me up. I just don't see the reason or the need. Like, I get that it's fun. Like, I love the references, that's great and all. But it's the repeated references and the constant name dropping. And it's just like, they see an actor as part of a certain film, but he'll mention every character they've ever played, and then be like, but it wasn't him. He was currently playing as this person from this. And I'm like, why did you need to reference the rest of them then? What did we need to hear all that for? What a waste of my time, and what a waste of your time. The other problem I have is all the characters I hate. I love the characters in the first book. I feel like they had so much character development, so much progress, then we got to this book, and it all got taken away. Wade Watts is this awful person. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know why we felt the need to have that happen to him. It just wasn't necessary. All in all, really not great. And then the fact that the first book had this romance in it, I didn't love. Because I just feel like I'm not here for the romance in this book. I don't see why romance has to be put in every single book. I love romance, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I just think it's squished in for the purpose of trying to entice a reader that wouldn't usually read this kind of book, and I don't see the point. So I had to endure that for the first book. Thought we were over that, but no. Instead, we then have to watch the entire romance redo again. Try not to spoil anything, but it's so annoying. I don't want to watch it twice. I don't want to read it. I don't want to read it twice. I didn't want to read it once. And now you're putting me through it again. So it's kind of just painful to me. I am enjoying the concept of the plot, but it is so forced in and unnecessary that it is difficult. But I do enjoy the concept that we have been given in this book, which again I'm not going to talk about because I don't want to spoil anything for the first book or this one at all. But I do think it is enjoyable, but it should have been brought through in a more natural way. Instead, it kind of just ruined the first book for me. And when I go to reread that first book, if I ever even do now, I feel like I'm not going to enjoy it the same, which is really upsetting and really disappointing. I'm not going to lie, I'm very upset about it. And people are right when they say that this does ruin the first book. Maybe just don't. I know people keep saying that to me as well, and I did it anyway, because I'm glad I read it. I have no regrets. Like, I'm really, really glad I read this, because I'm still reading. Simply because I would never have known otherwise, so I know I wanted to read this, and I'm glad I did. But my goodness, people aren't wrong when they say it ruins the first one. And then the final issue I'm going to talk about, I have more, but the final major issue I'm going to talk about is the fact that it takes 100 pages to get into the unnecessary plot that we face in this book. I was so confused by what the story was about, because for 100 pages, I didn't read the blurb. I just wanted to experience the book, and I'm glad I didn't, because otherwise it'd be 100 pages of waiting for something to happen that I knew was going to happen anyway. It's just kept going with like info dumping, and I was like, hang on now, we don't need to know any of this, just tell me what this whole book is about and why we're here, which didn't happen until after, actually, page 100. So if you're not in the mood for something that's going to info dump on you, don't go for this one, okay? But anyway, I am going to finish it at some point. I don't know whether that'll be today or tomorrow or whatever, I'm not sure. But I did want to let you know I've made great progress. I've been sat here for a few hours just reading. And now I'm definitely going to take a break and watch some YouTube because my eyes and my brain is just... bleh. So I'm going to do a bit of YouTube, but I wanted to update you. And I will update you if I make any more progress today. Okay, I've had a parcel. I've opened it. I haven't looked in it. I've just pulled the tabby off. But I think I know what it is anyway. Yeah. I'm on a book tour. This was supposed to come ages ago, but I'm on a book tour for The Beast Hunters by Scribd Code. Sorry, the L and the E triggered my... I was not working my brain cells. Yeah, this book sounds really, really interesting. I will link it down below if I remember to the Goodreads page. But yeah, I thought I'd just show you. It seems like really short. I have already started it because when I realised that it hadn't arrived yet and my blog spot is in 4 days. So I was like, ooh. So I've been reading the, whatever you call it, version on my phone. PDF version on my phone. So I'm glad to be finally getting into this. But yeah, I'm not far in. I'm like 20 something pages, I think. Yeah, I'm 26 pages in. I didn't make it very far, but I was very intrigued by what I read so far. The little girl who I assume is the main character of this book already enticed me so much. She seems so interesting. And the world with all the monsters sounds really interesting as well. So I'm super excited about that one. My review shall be up on my Instagram on the 24th. So it'll already be up when you see this. This is Jade.
Hello.
From paperback to hardback. She'll be linked below. Go subscribe. We decided while Jade was staying with me to do a 24-hour readathon very impulsively.
Yes, literally 10 minutes ago.
But we're going to do it, and we have some books to show you that we're going to read in the next 24 hours, hopefully, finish.
Yes, we're going to try.
Until we give up on this, but we'll try not to. I'll show you mine first, what I have chosen, and then Jade can show you hers. First of all, I have 100 pages left of Ready Player 2, so I'm just going to finish this off, because why not? It'll be nice to get a book done. I do. This I have a lot of feelings on, I'll be honest. Then Jade brought me this, The Promised Neverland, which is a manga, so I'm very excited to read this. And I feel like it should be a really quick read. I shouldn't flick through it, so I'll see the end.
It took me I don't think even an hour to read.
There you go.
So
it'll be no time at all. So I can fly through that one. That's like the, when you're starting to slump and you need some motivation to keep going. I'm going to read that book then. Then we have a new book that Jade just bought me. The Love Hypothesis. Oh, sorry for all those Americans. The Love Hypotheses. Sorry, not to make fun of you. I'm so excited about this. I've heard so much. I'm so excited about this. Apparently it's Kylo Ren fanfic. I don't really know if that's true, but I am ready for it. So excited. This is going to be a priority for sure. Then we have, because I need to read a book for a book tour in the next few days, I'm going to read The Beast Hunters by that L on the E. Scribd Code?
I think.
I got a bit confused because the L is in the E, so I don't really know. I started one chapter, so I'm 26 pages in, I think. Yeah. So this is a super short book. Shouldn't take very long. Then we have 2 maybes, depending on how far I've gotten through my books. We'll see. I have Ace of Spades, which I can't believe I haven't read yet. Yes, it's chonky, but I thought I could at least start it. I don't know.
Could be.
And then The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black, which I've had on my TBR longer than I care to admit.
It's a Holly Black. I'm surprised you haven't read it yet.
Yeah, so am I. But I haven't read that, the modern fairy tales either.
But that's chonky.
It is, but it is $3. Either way, no excuse. So I'm hopefully going to read this 24-hour readathon. And that is all my books.
Alright, let's get started on mine then.
Your turn.
Okay. So, first of all, we have The Gilded Cage, which is the sequel to Prison Healer. I have started this, and I'm 9 chapters in, so about 100 pages. So I would ideally like to get this one finished first.
I don't have a physical copy. That makes me sad. Waiting for my fairy loot.
I didn't have the family, so I bought the
Fair enough.
copy. I also want to read Tender is the Flesh. I have heard many things about this one, and I'm interested, to say the least. But it's short, and so I thought, well, this will definitely wake me up at 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm dying and need someone to pick me up. But we also have Fangs, which is a really cute little graphic novel, which she told me to read.
I did. I liked it, which you bought me.
Oh yeah, I bought it for you. The thing is, I bought you so many books at this point, I can't remember which ones I have and haven't bought.
That was my Christmas present.
Oh yeah, that's a gift note for me. And I also have Dread Nation, which I'm buddy reading with a few people, and it's basically a kind of medieval, not medieval, but like an olden era zombie apocalypse type book.
Sounds good.
It sounds like it's set in like the
Elizabethan?
Yes, Elizabethan era, kind of, with zombie apocalypse, so that could be fun. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm 5 chapters in, just 50 pages, and it's like just over... Well,
That's a lot of pages.
It's 450 pages, roughly. But hopefully I can get that done.
Hopefully this goes well. I mean, your stack is much bigger than mine.
Mine is massive compared
You're
to
being
yours.
brave. Oof. Oh my goodness.
I'm ambitious.
Yeah, I'll just pick up another one if I go through them all, but I'm also knowing that I will give up.
I read 22 books last month, and that's the best I've read this year, so...
I haven't read one book this month, and it's like the 20-something.
I've read 10.
I'm in a slump. This is enough for me.
I'm being ambitious.
You are. You're going to smash it.
We'll see.
We will update you throughout the night and the day and see how we go.
Yes.
If we don't update you, then you won't see this.
No.
So don't worry.
No.
Bye.
Bye.
I've had a successful reading time. Jade has not. I have a small pile. Shall I start because it's easy?
You've got the small pile. I'll just quickly show them my pile. It's complicated.
Yeah, it's not easy. I've had a fine time. I started with The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, and yeah, the hype is real. The hype is true. This book is one of the best books I've read this year. Best romance I've ever read. Isn't a fantasy romance. Absolutely adore it. This may be the book that puts me into the romance genre without it being like an adult smut romance. Even though there is definitely some smut in this. This cover is deceiving. It's very adult.
Apparently so.
But very good. 5 out of 5 stars, obviously. This was amazing. I'm obsessed with Adam and Olive and I want to reread it already. Then this morning I woke up and decided to read The Beast Hunters and I enjoyed this. I'm going to put my review up on Instagram, so I'm not going to talk about it here. But yeah, my blog spot is tomorrow, so I'm going to be writing my blog tonight. But that is my 2 books that I read. And now I'm going to move on to The Promised Neverland. So
My favourite manga series, and it's the first one I liked and enjoyed, and now she's got to read them all because I like it.
I'm so excited. But Jade's not
So we get onto my stack. So, as you can see, that's a lot of books. Only one of these is finished. I started off with The Gilded Cage. I read 1 chapter of this, and then I was like, I am not in the mood for fantasy. So I put it down.
Ironically, you're reading fantasy now.
Pardon?
Ironically, you're now reading a fantasy.
There's more dystopian.
It is.
There's more dystopian.
Historical.
I picked up Fangs. This is the only one I finished, but it made me giggle a lot. Really fun read. And very, very cute. I love the art style. And I gave it 5 stars because perfection in a book.
It is.
And I needed to giggle. So that one was successful.
Yay, I give good recommendations.
Then I tried to start this. Tender is the Flesh. And I'm sure it's going to be an interesting read. But I got 35 pages in and I was just like, I don't want to read this. Just wasn't in the mood, so I put that down. I thought, let's try something a little bit lighter.
It just keeps going.
So I picked up a Measures of Contact. And I got 85 pages in. And at one point I actually fell asleep reading this.
She did?
And it was still in my hand when I woke up. On the page I fell asleep reading. And I don't know what that says about this book.
Which is great because it's on my TBR, so that's
Yeah.
fabulous.
And I'm 85 pages in and it's like, not a lot's happened. And yes, it's like 400, almost 400 pages. Like 100 pages in at 400.
Something should have happened.
That's like a quarter of the way through, you know. Something, just a little something. But anyway, I put that down this morning or last night, and today. Yeah. By the way, all this was attempted to read in the 5 hours of last night.
It's so bad.
It's bad. It's so bad. This morning has been somewhat more successful. I picked up Dread Nation, which is by the read I'm doing, and I've been having a really good time. I'm not far into it. I'm 90 pages in, but I'm having a good time. Like
Finally!
in the 20 pages I've read today, because I had already started this, something's happened, and it's fun, and it's just exciting, and I feel like this will be at least the one other book I can get finished. If I can get one more finished, I can at least get this done. And then I'll have 2 done. Just like
Yeah, but it's okay. It's fine.
I'm a slower reader than you anyway, so I wasn't going to...
Yeah, but no one can compare themselves to me. I don't know how I read the speed I do. I think, what? I picked this up in half an hour.
Yes.
Demolished. It's a 250 page book.
I actually watched you read for like 10 minutes yesterday, and I was like...
I don't skim read, I'm reading it.
In the time it took me to read that one chapter of The Gilded Cage, she read 50 pages or something, probably.
It was so good, I had to just consume it so fast. Oh. And when I get to the anxious parts, I'm just like, I need to know.
It's very fun watching her read in real life. She has very visual reactions.
I kept screaming, and I was like, it looked like I was screaming because I was trying to show Jayde how I was feeling, but in reality, every time I read some sort of romance, I'm just screaming because I get so excited. So, a bit embarrassing for me, to be honest, but yeah. I had success.
I'm now having success.
Worst part is, both of these weren't on my TBR, I only just got them, so
Yeah.
they didn't even have a chance to go on to come off my TBR. Neither will this next one. So,
No,
we've not diminished the TBR at all.